everybody. Welcome to Two Exiles, One Portal. I am Mr. Coffee, once again joined by Casper.
I fucked the entrance up.
Wait, which part? I'm
I f-
sorry.
no. It's a production. I accidentally muted the intro instead of unmuting you, and I quickly try to repair it, and I was like, oh wait, someone's gonna notice that, but it's okay. It's okay. So we'll
Are we,
continue.
we're just gonna
I
roll.
like to no, be rolling, be rolling. I like to always admit my mistakes
At
instead of
least
someone.
that way you're held responsible for
Yeah,
not
I just
making.
don't want someone to be like, "Oh, your production sucks." No, I know I fucked up. I legitimately know when I mess up and when I kind of do these mistakes.
So, how has your character come
Fucking
and such?
league sucks. That's what.
Uh, I th- I cautiously say I think it's gonna get a lot better.
Man,
I
this
think
is the
because
legitimately the first time in a very long time that I felt where I have dumped 10, 15, almost 20 divs into a character, and it feels like utter shit.
that does feel pretty bad.
And it's
I
just
have
like I could barely do tier 16 maps, and I didn't rage quit, but the moment where we even slightly floated the idea of doing party play, and it's usually run this. I guess I'm blowing our topic today, but like a couple days ago when we mentioned it, I just I'd rather go level up a new character and not deal with this bullshit. Like it's so frustrating running into maps and just being blocked. And you
yeah,
look up
it's
your stats and it's just like everything's fine. Everything I got enough armor, I got enough life, I got an army of motherfucking minions, like they all taunt. Like what's killing me?
I
And
was also running into a lot of one shots this league though.
it's those modifiers that somehow combine with the other modifiers, and it's always these weird ass projectiles that come at you from like 3 maps away. And those are the ones that always block me, and it's just like I can't. How do you defend against something you can't even see coming? Like it's just I can't, and then it is somehow piercing my entire army of minions and still hitting me and killing me.
Oh, I will say when you started coming into my maps, I was doing Big Boom, and I do this a lot, and I have yet to fucking learn. Once you start getting like a lot of investment into
Expedition.
expedition, the prefixes start getting like a list,
Yeah. No, I mean,
and
but I
I
can
kind of
expect that.
read them. And then I'm like, why am I dying? And then there's like the good old hits are
Yeah,
guaranteed to be,
guarantee crits. Yeah,
and you can't be evaded. And I'm like,
yeah.
oh, yeah, that makes sense.
See,
As a
but
matter of fact,
yeah,
I switched to
exactly.
different because of that.
That makes sense. But when you not even juicing a map, you just alked it, and you looked at the maps. There's like
No,
4 stats, 4 or 5 stats max.
that last one, yeah. The before the last map before you swapped, I was running basically 90 plus quant. So or not quant, rarity.
I
So
would.
they were not easy maps.
Mm-hmm.
The and I decided I was like, oh, I'm gonna run the rest of the maps that I have in my inventory, and then I'm gonna swap to like tier 15s or something, just so that we stop dying. And you died, and then we were talking about party play, and then you just swapped, and I was just like, all right.
Yeah, it obviously I've been mapping a lot on my own because I really wanted to. I mean, your character is fucking awesome. As far as its clear speed and everything like that, so it's really hard to gauge what's the actual performance of my character. So I wanted to
Mhm.
really be able to say, let me run a few maps on my own, let me roll them. And I was rolling them maybe 50 quant, 60. And what that means is that I got 4 to 5 stats max. And they're easy stats, nothing crazy on them. And I would have to use all my portals to clear the map. Like I was finding myself using all my portals, zero experience, and it's just like my damage is decent for a tier 16 map. It's decent, but not decent in a sense where I just spent 16, 18 divs on his character. And what I think what makes it worse that is that minion characters champions are typically the ones that you say they're low investment for high return.
I
And
think that changed a while back because they changed Necro. They also didn't they get rid of like your bone something.
no, they modified it, but it didn't nerf it completely. It's
I
still
feel
man.
like I feel like the different changes over the last few leagues, plus like more changes on that, might have affected
the
how much
the bone
investment.
barrier that gives the fact that it gives you life leech now is really overpowered. This is why a lot of people went Bama Necro. It's
That actually makes sense. Okay,
way overpowered, bro. Like it's fucking ridiculous. And a lot of
that's what
times, the reason I survive is because of that.
our carry is running,
Yeah,
correct?
yeah. He's
Okay,
running a
just making
Bama build, Bama Necro. Which again, Google it if you don't know what that is. I don't even fully know on this. All I know is like
sure.
it's basically
It's
Blink Arrow with was it Mirage Archer?
Blink Arrow Mirage Archer, where you make Blink Arrow and Mirage Archer both leave the dudes
Yeah.
longer. I think Miu was saying
It's
that
like you
his
make
dudes
4 copies of yourself all shooting the
more.
same arrow.
Yeah, and he was no, they're using the same bow
Okay.
and quiver.
Yeah, I seen them use the
But
same skill too, the rain of arrows.
I don't know how that. I'm not exactly sure how it
I don't know
works,
either.
but they just stay around for like 44, 45 seconds and just blast shit.
Yep.
And it is neat. The problem I have with it is probably the problem that a lot of people probably had with like totems and just general like where your damage is centralized,
Mm-hmm.
where you make a thing and then you go it's very indiscriminate and weird with when it kills shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes
So
if you don't train your eye, especially in party play, what I notice if you don't train your eye to follow him and not look at the actual map, like you have to
yeah,
have
you
like
can.
an AR, like augmented reality goggle where you're not necessarily looking at the screen to play, you're looking at the map
Well,
because
I'm looking at both.
you're
I'm
looking
actually actively looking at
because
both.
he makes like 4 copies of himself and you're like, who the fuck is who?
Right, and on the map, the copies are X's, little green X's,
Yeah.
and him obviously has like the little nameplate. What I have been finding hard is keeping both of you in range.
Oh yeah, that takes practice. This is your first aura bot, correct?
It
I guess we
is.
should explain this, right? I guess we didn't really.
Yeah, we haven't gone too much into it. Last league, I was the Magic Find Color.
Oh
This
wait, I'm
league,
sorry. Before you move on, how much have you spent on your first character?
my first character is only like 6, 7 divs, dude.
Really? Fuck you. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Continue.
I know I'm really, but
Bro,
also
my helmet alone was 8 divs.
you also have to remember like my shit was early league and I was able to use a lot of rares. Like that Giga Shield I showed you, I only paid like 30 chaos for that thing.
Fuck, man. See, that makes sense to me though. You was fully 6 divs should be enough in a build to fully farm T16s like effectively. Like once you go beyond that, it's no longer a starting build. And
Yeah.
I don't want to. I'm gonna do it. Fuck it. I don't care. This is a Gazi um uh build that I'm using, right? Absolution. I've used this one before in the past. Obviously, they made some differences to some updates to it and some nerfs and buffs here and there. But
Right.
typically, Gazi's on the money when it comes to these builds, right?
I
So I
I
never even imagined I was gonna have this much problems with it. But if I've
to
spent
be
an
honest,
eight,
dude, find Gazi's builds more complex than say Zizarin builds.
no, I think you're right. I think his
Like
his his
Zizarin
builds
will give you a build where it's like, hey bro, look, it's
idiot
fucking
proof.
idiot proof. Buy these 5 items, make sure you don't have that shit, and we're good.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
dude, like my EA Ballista was a Zizarin build, and that shit conquered the game. But
yeah,
again, it's just
yeah. His
tried.
Scissor's builds are very, 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 very meta. Like they're foolproof as long as you somewhat understand it. And I never had issues with Gazzy's builds. And I'm like, all right, let me just follow it. It's a Necro League, whatever. Let's do Necro. Man, I'm not blaming him. I'm not blaming him whatsoever. But I have followed that goddamn guy to the. I've gone back. Like I've understood it. I've read it. I'm like, I get what I'm doing. And then at a certain point when start hitting that brick wall, I went back to it. I'm like, what am I doing wrong here? What's going on? And I dot every I, crossed every T. And I'm like, no, nothing's going on here. There's something functionally wrong with this build. Like it's not
Functioning
performing.
properly.
And I noticed this where I drew the line was when I spent the 8 divs, which I got it on sale, ironically, for my helmet. My what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 link helmet. Or 8 or whatever. You know what I'm saying? The Necro, whatever.
Yeah.
When I spent that, I put it on and I went out to maps, T16 maps. I didn't feel a change. Like my damage is a little higher, but I'm like, what the hell? It doesn't have that oomph where as a tier 16 maps, I should be doing this. And allegedly, this build is supposed to be murdering fucking bosses. So I'm like, bro, I don't know. Anyway, I'm ranting now. I'm a little pissed off at this. So
No, I get it. Like it's one of those things where either something fundamental was not included or maybe wasn't like accentuated enough.
yeah, maybe, yeah.
Because I've had those moments when trying to follow a build where I go through, for instance, ward loop when I was trying to learn how to do fucking ward loop. The people trying to teach me were always accentuating the things that are big, trigger rate, fucking make sure you have ward, but no one was ever like, hey, make sure you have no flat armor anywhere. Until like you go and you're like, wait, this one time he mentioned it in this video that's 30 fucking minutes long and he spent 5 seconds on it. Make sure you don't have armor. And it's just like,
Anyway, moving on.
yeah, it's just like, wish you would fucking spent a little bit more time expressing that because that bricked the build. Yeah. And it's just tiny shit like that.
No, and that's it. I think that's where your knowledge of the game comes in, where you should be able to look at your build and be able to say, okay, something's not working here. What is it? And I feel like the problem is that not only is my survivability in a tier 60 map isn't where it should be, but also my damage isn't where. So it's like it's not that I can localize. Like if it's a living thing, I can figure that out because I'm like, all right, do I have enough HP? Maybe I need a little more HP. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? I can. But the fact that it's both things, I'm saying to myself, like, I've spent so much cash. I bought the shield, the surrender shield. Like, bro, like I'm well into like at least 20 divs into this build. And it's I'm still barely covering tier 16s. And you know what's funny about this is that I'm clearly bitching. I'm clearly bitching about this because I'm sitting here saying that I've spent 20 divs on a failed build. All right, I get it. I'm the 1%, but
I think we all have this though.
It's frustrating, bro, because it's hours, man, hours and hours that you spend in the game. You're sitting there like, yo, I just want to kill a pinnacle boss.
Do you remember when it was like really early not really, really early, but it was relatively early in my time, and I kept trying to make lightning arrow work?
Oh yeah, you hit that wall several times, and you just re-rolled completely.
It's just every time, dude. Every fucking time I tried to make that build work up until I decided to try it for Magic Find. It was awful. And I feel like trying to, and not even trying, but just hitting those walls and having the game just be like, yeah, nah, you can get past the axe, but that's pretty much it, bro. Like having that moment where you're just like not even sure what the fuck's wrong with your build is like really important.
Yeah, and I think that's where I'm at right now. I'm just not sure where to go with it. Honestly, I don't even know if I have the energy to really figure out what it is.
Start making money, like You don't think that's the build that you're gonna want to go? Because since it's one of those like, oh well, it still seems like it would be chill if I can make it work, and maybe making it work is just money. I don't know, man. I'm just curious. I'm just trying to keep your
More
mood
than
up and
20
make.
divs on a starter build?
Well, we would move it on from being a starter build, of course, obviously, but
It's just,
I
you know what I'm missing in the character? You know what the only thing I'm missing?
what
To make it N tier. I mean, there's a thread of hope and a few other things to really make it N tier. But to deck out my AG, which was what, 16, 12 divs?
well for me's maybe
No. I mean the Kingmaker. Kingmaker's about 6, 7. A few of the other pieces are like, one or two divs here and there.
is
Um,
King no way Kingmaker's fucking
last time I looked at it was like 6, 7. Could have gone down. Could have gone down. It's been a few days.
300 chaos right now for a Kingmaker.
Okay, so that one went down significantly.
Yeah, it has gone down.
So again, like that's the only thing I'm missing. Other than that, I should be breezing through T16s. I'm not.
Well, do you have an AG at all?
Yeah. I have the starter one, which is like 10 chaos. At this point, it's like
Okay.
probably 1 chaos.
So
The Lyric
like
Cast, the Dying Breath, all of those.
okay.
He doesn't even die. He doesn't even flinch. It's just my minions outlive me sometimes. There's been several times where my minions will kill off a boss before even after I died. It's just I don't want to keep harping on this. It's just that there's something fundamentally wrong with the build that either I dramatically misunderstood, but man, I've gone line per line per line per line, and I just cannot figure that out. I'm saying it to myself like I don't. It almost makes me just roll a third character, which for me is super fucking rare.
That is fucking insane that you even just brought that up right now. I'm
Yeah,
like,
I'd be saying like, yo, if I get, yeah, no, I feel like doing something stupid like a flicker build or something. Like if we start really rolling in dough, and I'm like, yo, I was fucking roll a flicker build or some shit, and just go YOLO, right? At least I know that I'm not gonna go anywhere with it and just gonna have fun with it.
true.
But it's frustrating because I didn't have nearly as much trouble with the Bone Shatter build, of which
Well,
ironically
Bone
was a Scissorman
Shatter,
suggestion.
but Bone Shatter is also like
Melee
it
proof?
just tanky as fuck. As long as you don't kill yourself, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah. You literally kill
you are
yourself.
your
That's the
worst.
one.
Yeah, you're your worst enemy. Like
It's just melee. We obviously know what the difficulty of melee is. The fact that everything's the mechanics of the games are built more for people who are ranged.
I don't know, man. I'm an Orobot, I'm melee. I smite things. This is pretty easy.
You also have a billion fucking defenses. Like our bots. A lot of people give Righteous Fire a lot of props for being an unkillable character, right? I don't know. I don't. I think people who believe that have never legitimately played an Arbot. Like an Arbot is literally the most unkillable fucking thing in Earth on planet Path.
Yeah, but it doesn't do anything.
It doesn't do anything. It doesn't matter. You can't kill it. It's like a good old Mexican standoff. You're just staring at each other like, what's that? What's going to happen here?
My flask being down can kill me. I've had that happen once or twice.
That might be your specific build because when I did Arbot, like I never had an issue even with the flask. Like it's just your defenses are so ridiculous. And
I think what ended up happening, right? So Miyu was like, hold up, sorry. Miyu was like, oh, I'm gonna make you a belt and some stuff. And I was like, okay. But my belt that I had 33% increased charges gained on a crystal belt that had decent ES. But he was like, nah, use this one that has way more ES, but doesn't let me do that. So now after I think it's like 17 or 18 uses, the fucking uses are weirdly off sync. And I will die at the very end
what flask is it?
Corsating elixir.
Oh, okay.
What I should do is 28% quality this bitch, but that's requires buying a hillock.
Mm. Anyway, I'm having a hard time. Wrap up this segment with I'm having a horrible fucking time with this goddamn. Ironically, I'm having a horrible experience, but I'm not having a bad league.
How are you feeling with your group play character?
It's a little difficult. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's different from the gameplay I'm used to, because it's like it's a weird game of like whack-a-mole. Because right now I don't make enough projectiles, and I don't even know. I haven't really looked into like how to make more projectiles with kinetic blast. I kind of want to go with a different skill.
I think you got you 6 link.
Okay, and the reason why that is because it's like a shotgun where I have to always point at Miyu. Wherever Miyu goes, I point my shotgun at him.
Right.
Because typically he usually goes to where the middle of the pack is. And it significantly slows down the clear speed of what we're doing. Now we did, last night we did kind of explore that, what the main root cause of that is, because I'm running a foiling. Since we pretty much hobo magic finder and put it together and start running. But I think that
we also want to make sure that you're going to be using returning projectiles as well. So we want to get like GMP returning projectiles. So when you're hitting stuff in front of you, you're hitting stuff behind you, and then that way, it starts working out really good. I promise.
Okay,
it'll start.
I mean, again, I figured it was. I mean, I get to a certain point where it was like, I'm running a 4-link. I just gotta remember I'm running a 4-link.
Now you're running a 6-link, 3 blue, 3 green.
Okay, so other than that, is a change of pace. I actually love the fact that we're not stagnant in the sense of like I always do overbot, you always do damage, and I'm saying like we've been last 3 or 4 leagues we've been kind of like rolling different things, and each of us are comfortable like fuck it, I'll do overbot, fuck it, I'll do the other reason.
Yeah, I've been wanting to try an Orabot as well, because I've never quite figured out how, until now, how the fuck are people running so many auras?
It's amazing, isn't it?
It is. It's just like, what?
It's amazing. It is amazing how it works.
I'm running 13 auras with 2 auras coming from my Guardian, and I have 5100 ES, so I'm not like super big. My party resist are at 84, 86, so not super duper good.
Yeah, you're like what I would have considered a mid-tier Arbot.
Like, but this is incredible being able to just
and you did, how much did you spend?
I did 21.
Yeah,
21.
It's completely doable. You could I've built an Arbot with like maybe 3 divs. Now, is it fucking great Arbot? No, it runs maybe 9. But even with 9 in a really decent elemental like DPS, you can blast shit.
Yeah.
And all you need to do is just continue blasting. And the hardest thing about an Arbot is to level it. That is the hardest thing.
Believe it or not.
I'm gonna counter you when you say that. I'm gonna counter you when you say that.
Easy.
You said Chayula?
Chayulas are easy. You just pay
but you still have to do the campaign.
Yeah.
That's painful, bro.
Yeah. Well, especially, I don't know. I feel like it would have been okay if I didn't go Scion.
But I mean, I know there's like 2 Arbot versions that is not Scion, but
yeah, you can go
Scion
Guardian.
is the most.
It is probably what's considered the best. But man, and the thing is like they suggest you level like what is that, molten rolling magma, and I fucking hate that skill. Oh my god, do I hate that skill with such it's so terrible.
I can see why it's beneficial, because when I was with you throughout the campaign, it's I think the fact that it's forward, Like the fact that you're attacking forward, it helps you clear shit. Once you spend a little cash and you did what was that? Meteor?
Oh yeah,
Armageddon?
yeah, yeah. No, fucking rain. No, firestorm
That
of
was dope.
mediums.
I mean,
Yeah,
it blinded
firestorm of
half the screen, but
mediums.
because it would always be in front of where my character is, and it's just like I can't see nothing. I just see rocks falling in front of my thing. Um,
Just like sky's falling. Yeah, because they code so they'll straight up fucking fall from like in front of you. Yeah, he's gonna charge you for it. Sorry. And then we'll do your ascendancy in a bit too.
come help me with this Girthel. You killed it before I got credit for it. That's a skill point. Oh shit, I'm gonna die. Oh shit, I'm gonna die. Oh shit, I'm gonna die.
How am I gonna help you with Grithel, dude? I'm an
You're
Orbot.
my Arbot. What do you mean?
I'm an Or. That's all I am. I can't
Exactly.
help you kill shit.
No, but you helped me survive.
Just like to think that we need help for.
um,
Come in here, man. I don't do any damage. But
you
it makes
probably do more damage than I do. Ironically.
no, like absolutely not. I have the thing that where I don't do damage.
Oh, south balance.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
you
no,
don't
no, no.
kill. You don't do damage.
I don't do damage
Oh, okay.
like at all.
I mean, you just said T6 17s are easy.
Yeah, the patch.
I mean, they did fix they gave it a good balance. I should say. So they gave them unique implicits modifiers or whatever. Which we should talk about that then. The patch. Anything that stood out to you for this recent patch today?
Just the bug fixes and the fact that they changed the necro thing for corrupted implicits to roll, so it now can no longer brick your item, which I wasn't even sure was a thing until they fucking said that they changed it.
You had an interesting point earlier about the fact that, like not knowing that it was re-rolling your character, that your item,
Right?
and you would just get no matter what corpse you used. Did you just die?
Yeah, because I didn't even press my flasks. Oh, and now I need to fucking turn on my auras.
we didn't act 8.
Bro, I don't know what auras are important and which ones aren't. You realize how little fucking resistance should I have without my stuff on?
Yeah, you're pretty much like a piece of paper without your auras.
Yeah, so I gotta do it.
So the two biggest changes in the patch notes that I've seen, which I'm a Reddit peruser, especially when it comes to league time. I like to know what the community is talking about, and sometimes in prep for these episodes too, because it helps me feel what I want to talk about. But the veiled chaos orbs, apparently those became so fucking rare.
Well, yeah, they're
because
now
they don't ever drop.
They drop from Katarina.
Yeah, but they didn't. They did not drop. They made them even rarer within Katarina, where she, even every time that you killed her, she wouldn't drop one.
Right, but Mia was saying that as well, that he every now and again he wasn't getting one, but that I don't know if that's like
everyone in Reddit was like just begging, like, yo, you need to fix this drop rate. This drop is not like cool. Like it came with the value of the veiled was like several divs.
Right, but it makes sense because it's no longer just the veiled chaos. It's now basically a what's her fuck.
Exalt?
No, what's her fuck? Fucking Eiling. It's now an Ashling. It's now an Ashling. The thing that people used to pay multiple divs for is now an Ashling.
Well, like, whatever it is now, since I haven't used one this league, it is now 30% more drop rate.
Right, but I'm just saying, like, for the fact of the matter, it is a big boost. Holy shit, dude!
Yeah, I'm almost
and I don't have fucking flash charges coming in.
You want to portal out?
Nah, it's fine. I'm at fucking almost no XP anyway. But it's just one of those things where I think it's just one of those things where it's like Me was upset about it too. But the way I see it is like, first of all, it's not like you always got an Ashling every single time you did it. You had to fucking make your thing that way. So if now you do Katarina 4 times, you don't have to do all the weird shit for Ashling. You get a one veiled chaos, which is about the same for how many like end game safe houses you're doing, mastermind houses.
Right.
I just felt like it was normal. Like that's not that bad, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't farm that particular mechanic at all, so
Right.
it's just like walking into a fucking game store and be like, hey man, these are all worthless. Like I just don't get it. Like, but I do know that we're not seeing so much Ashling. Wait, actually, we shouldn't be seeing any. Let me look. I'm gonna check the TFT.
Ashlings?
I'm gonna check the TFT. I don't think there are any Ashlings.
No, they took them out. They took
Right.
you no more Ashlings no more.
Yeah,
As what they were before, at least.
right. So they literally replaced them, and I think that's fair. They itemized it. You can now sell the fucker and not have to give someone your item or receive someone's item or have a chance to steal it, or you know what I mean? Like I don't know, man.
I'm agnostic about their overall purpose. Like I haven't really experienced where they should be as far as all I know is that everyone's bitching about it not being super rare and way too like before people could access a Ashling at a more better rate because of how it was available and how it was traded. But now they made it so rare that people were not being able to use it at all and rarely. So it's kind of one of those things where, again, they listened and they upped the drop rate 33%.
I
we'll see
get
what
it.
happens to it.
I'm wondering, yeah, I'm actually really curious of what that's going to do to, first of all, the price of Veiled Chaos Orbs. And just, I don't know, man. Maybe they were that rare.
They were 4 or 5 divs.
Right, and an Ashling
Pretty
was
rare
2 to 4
for
div.
an orb.
Right, but it's like Ashling was also like 2 to 4 div. Like, I'm like, that's the whole thing. Like, because I remember how many times
I guess
I've
the
had
competition factor. The competition factor.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the competition factor because there's so many drove some of the prices down. I mean, that's spitballing on theory here, but
yeah. I'm taking a dab if anybody wants one. Get in. Get in on it.
I almost OD'd again on fucking edibles.
Almost.
Almost. I took 2, which was not 3. With I OD'd. And man, I felt like I blasted. Started cooking. My wife kept asking, "You okay? Are you okay?" I'm like, "No, I'm good. I feel good. I feel good."
You're like, I'm great.
Just fucking. Then I got paranoid because I felt like she knew I was high, and I felt guilty when I lied to her, my wife. So I'm like, "Yeah, babe, I'm high." She was like, "Oh, okay." I'm like, "Oh, okay." Just the biggest. This is sidebar shit, but
that's the whole conversation. Like,
it took an hour for me to admit it, though.
I know, but that's like once you get it done, you're like, wait, that was the whole conversation. I'm an idiot for avoiding it. Like,
yeah. No, it so far my biggest symptom that I know I'm super fucking high is I second guess. Did I just say that just now?
I'm not sure. Was something wrong?
So I will say a statement like, "I am hungry," and I'll look to my wife and I'll say, "Hey, babe, I'm hungry." And immediately as I say, I in my mind, I'm like, "Did I just say that out loud?" I don't remember my mouth moving, and I have zero recollection of whether or not my mouth moved or not. And I'll have entire conversations where I'm doing that. I'm like, did I just say that? Fuck.
Bro, I envy being in your position where this stuff is like new and explorative and fun. Like it's just so interesting, bro. It's just like, and ask any like long time smoker. No, it does not hit like it does when you first start,
Yeah.
ever.
No, I recognize that. And I think part of the reason where it's like I think one of the reasons why I don't overdo it is because I don't want to lose that. I don't want to lose that like, and I think that's like the cheap person in me. Like if I know like, oh, if I overdo this, then I'm gonna have to buy more of it. I'm like, I don't want to do that. But if I just do it just enough, just enough, I just buy a little bit, and it's just fucking great all the time.
But now this is the way I think about it for it, right? Love the fact that now my understanding of it and my expansion of all the things that I do smoke, right? So I smoke infused joints, I smoke crumble, I smoke diamonds, I smoke
I
wax.
don't even
Like
know what
there's
half of
all
that
of
shit
these,
is, bro.
right? Like I smoke all of these different types of weed, and each one of them kind of gives you a
You
slightly
smoke
different.
diamonds, bro? It's some bull ass shit. It's like crush that diamond in for that, bro. Come on.
It's like 92 to 98% THC.
Jesus Christ.
And it's just one of those things where like each one of the types where people cure the product, right? So most of creating concentrates is roughly the same. The difference comes in like the curing process and how long you purge and stuff like that. But each of those things, the decisions that you make, how you cool it, do you let it sit in a room temperature room? Do you put it in the freezer? Do you put it in the fridge? Do you put it in like a deep freezer? Do you put it in nitrogen? All of that will change how it fucks with your head, with your brain. So like you can mix up and do different shit. And I love that about being like a connoisseur kind of stoner.
Mm.
There's so much good shit out there. I couldn't
I
imagine just
think
being like, oh, I'm just gonna keep sneaking a joint in my closet and then never experiencing like a blunt
no,
or never.
I agree. I think now that like that legalization wave is hitting or it has started, I think people are now safely exploring new ways and new varieties
Interesting.
of how to manipulate the drug and how to get something different things out of it. I think what was crazy before the legalization is that people did it in a goddamn basement bathtub. And problem with that is that sometimes you would get some gank ass shit, sometimes you would get some trash ass shit, and the consistencies wasn't always the same. So like Pepper Kush, like yeah, you can get the strain, but then it will only be available on a certain coast because of whatever reason, the temperature and all this bullshit. I don't know whatever. I'm not a cultivator here, but it's now that it's becoming legal, you start seeing things available on both sides because people are like, oh, we know the conditions to grow it in, blah 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 blah. You can actually write down the recipe because we don't have to go to jail,
Right. You know
and
what things are.
and then you can and then people can legally share that like, oh look, I got a patent, which would be crazy when this is going to end up happening where people are starting to do patents for different strains.
No,
You think so?
you can't patent strain.
I'll wait till a pharmaceutical come to get in.
Nah, you can't. Well, the thing is that, bro, look, people have been having this exact conversation for longer than you think.
I figured that.
California, Colorado, all kinds of different places in the United States haven't come up with a patentable fucking strain because the strain is not patentable. It's a growing plant. You can't patent oregano.
I don't know,
You know what
bro.
I mean?
Go, you got a patent
Dude,
on a
no,
lot
no,
of
no.
bullshit.
Bro, we have yet to see a patent on lettuce or on potatoes.
But Monsanto
Or
got
on,
don't Monsanto got patents on seeds? They do. The genetic modified seeds.
but that
They
is okay, but that
patent.
is all that is incredibly different,
I
right?
don't know. I
It's
mean,
not something
seeds turn to plants.
I'm telling you, it's not gonna happen because the
This is
costness of it
this
is
is a
not
legit
there.
question.
The money is not there. The money you're talking about, that you're thinking Monsanto would, no, it's not there. They could never come up with a weed that is so good and so cheap that it would rival what people can just grow in dirt with what nature has given us. That would justify them to be able to do that. And then even if they did, the fact of the matter is they would have to like it would cost them too much money. And the profit margins aren't there. The like a lot of weed dispensaries don't actually make money. They just
They
don't.
do it for the love of it.
A lot in a situation, a lot of them are doing it because this is what they love to do. This is what they know. They've been doing it for decades. But they've been doing it under the table. But now because they have to pay taxes, they have to get growers license, they have to go and get inspections, they have to get certain types of drainage shit. They have to make sure their water is specified. They have to now hire people who are qualified to do it because you can't just work with cannabis. You have to have a license to work with cannabis. So
That's the part. I'm a I guess you could call it center person when it comes to this regulation. Like, I can understand sometimes for safety reasons why sometimes regulations are helpful, but it is also some as a person who works within the government framework, man, that's just stifles innovation.
in a lot of situations, yes, but in a lot of situations, innovation is also just as dangerous as not.
Crazy.
Like, dude,
Sprinkle
we
some
can't
angel dust in
start
this beat, bro. Come
right.
on, bro.
We can't start letting them put like sawdust in the bread. Fucking, that's a thing that happened in history. That bread makers just
You ever seen the we way the fuck off topic? I just realized that. I feel like we're
yeah,
high.
super.
We're
I am.
fucking miles away from the main topic here.
I am high as fuck. They should know this. They know my name.
I feel like I'm high. I'm sitting like I'm just following your goddamn lead. I'm saying it's like, yeah, let's talk about fucking Monsanto and seeds. We should get back on topic.
We will get back
when
on
it comes
topic.
to party play.
We're about to party play now.
Oh, I should stream this part. Should I end the episode and start again, or should I just fucking just gonna keep going? Keep going. Keep going. I'm gonna keep this going. All right, boom. All right, so I gotta do the ascendancy, so you don't have to see this part. No.
Oh right.
You don't have to see this part. It's fine. Oh, interest playing. Sorry, guys.
And Miyu already knows that we're doing the ascendancy. Perfect.
Yep. I kind of remind him so you don't start a new map. You start blasting through maps and forget everything.
That's true. We'd make
I was
some
gonna
money,
go get another life, but I should be fine. I should activate it, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So party play. So I am the magic finder. You are the aura bot. Mew is the damage person, which ironically, I don't know why we haven't done it this way before, because he typically is the damage person. Like,
because I like making damage characters.
True. And you're pretty decent at them too.
I feel like that's the easiest thing to do, and especially when it's so. Also, I started later than you, which
Not by much.
but I feel like
I didn't
I've
get my
always
first div until
wanted-
like day 4.
No. But I mean, like, I wanted to play. I've always wanted to play with like Orobots when I was playing the game, but never could do like the party play thing. So when people were like, "Oh yeah, let's do party play," I've always wanted to shuck off the Orobotting to someone else. Or no, yeah, it's because I want to be the one buffed up. Like, it's a greed.
What you mean
thing.
when you say I started later than me, meaning like path
As a whole,
career?
yeah, path,
Or
yeah.
oh, I think you meant this league. I'm sorry.
So Orobots, like, and me being a part of that has always been just like a thing.
But ironically, I've never done Orobot in the majority of my path tenure, career, whatever the hell you want to call it, right? Because Orobot is a very specific build that is designed for party play. And until even when we started playing together, we wasn't party playing when we was playing together.
We were trying, but we didn't understand.
Right. Yeah. That's a
We
good way to
didn't
put it. Yeah, that's a good way to put
like
it.
we didn't understand that we really did need to fucking like
Specialized.
figure out what builds we can play together that are not gonna fucking like lag everybody out. Like, you know what I mean?
I always thought that Arbor were way the fuck out of my league. Like to build one, I thought it were crazy expensive. Man, initially they were. Initially were. And then I guess GGG was like, hey, this is not a bad, you know. And they didn't nerf
Fuck.
it from outer space. So they left it alone and
There
it
was
kind of
rumors for a while that it was gonna happen too.
yeah, no, it was because it conversations around GGG was like we don't
No
what you died.
flask.
Okay, so I might be okay. Hopefully, okay. Okay, no, I'm not okay. Not okay. All right, shit just got
Sorry.
rogue, guys. Um,
Fuck man, I'm sorry.
uh,
Get
okay.
distracted with the conversation, but I like Orbot. It's fun.
Yeah, for a very long time, they were talking about like not the direction that they wanted people to like play in. And like they wanted people to have diverse characters and not something that's super specialized in one thing. And this is the I mean it still kind of is, but this is the time where people was doing like what do you call that? Glass builds. Where it
Yeah.
was cast on damage taken. Where it's like the whole point is just do as much damage as you can. You go in and then you die. And to some there's some meme builds that still like that, but they didn't really like that. And then Arbor was one of those things where it's like, we didn't think this was possible. Like a lot of different things. But I'm glad. I'm glad that they embraced it. I'm glad that they embraced it. They didn't
I
make
am
it from outer
too.
space. Um,
I feel like being able to do this because it's so Path of Exile is indeed a fun game to party play. But there
as
are
long as you have
certain
friends.
right. There are certain aspects of the game though that are unfriendly toward it and require cooperation. And if they would have taken this away, I don't know what that would have really said for them wanting to keep party play alive and to really like what's the word
They've
incentivize doing
yeah,
it.
they've gotten better. Like their league content, at least. All right. So what I would say is that the league content for this um iteration of their league, I feel has optimized and has gone. It has surprised me on how party friendly it is. Right at the get go, like I get corpses, you get corpses. We don't see each other's corpses. Um, like you get, we're starting to get what do you call that? Atlas
Probably.
progress
Oh yeah, yeah.
simultaneously. Like you do
Yeah.
your maps, and I get progress on my Atlas as well. Like again, that's the direction that GGG needs to go to when it comes to party play. Because at least I don't feel bummed out by you having to do 20 of your maps. Because then I didn't make no progress on my Atlas, and I can't fight my Maven or whatever hell.
Right. That does feel bad when that does happen.
Because then you have to then juggle about whose map you're doing and blah 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 blah. So they, it party play, and what we mean by party play is just playing with one more person. Like it doesn't mean that you need a 5-man.
Yeah, we just have a 3-man.
And that's what we mostly run is 3-man. We ran the 4-man with Alex when he joined us, and again that's a very honorable mention. Cursebot.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? What I was thinking is like if we did get another person to join, I think we would want them to be a mana guardian.
What's a mana guardian?
I think what they do is they reserve oodles of their mana so that something is taken from them instead of us. But I'm not 100%. I haven't dug into it. But I was noticing that some people were saying things like 200 or like 26,000 mana reserved, And I'm like, I wonder what that means. Like, and there's just like, I kind of want to get a mana guardian in here, and then be like, hey, bro, tell me what you do.
That'd be
I
dope
could
if
probably,
you get one. We could do a whole
yeah,
episode on it, like explaining what a mana guardian is. I've never heard of.
I might just have to watch a video. I'll probably do so.
Um like that, and the fact that like curse bots is still a thing. They haven't really nerfed, like, destroyed a curse bot. It's very traditional to the original MMOs of our, heydays of WoW and stuff like that, right? Where
Yep,
everyone's a healer, one's a tank, one's a
like it's
DPS. And
I love
what'd you say?
I love it. It's fantastic.
I think too, for anyone listening, like, oh, but I can't afford, I can't do any of those. If you listening to this, there's even a position for you. There's a leecher position.
Yep.
There's also what we call the loot goblin, where you pick stuff up,
Pick stuff up, manage
sell
items.
items.
Yeah,
I mean, selling items require you to be online. So if you don't have that much time available to be online, you can't really do that position. But you can pick shit up and drop it into the guild stash. Bro,
like there are a
no
lot.
DPS, no Orbot, no one wants to do that job. It's
It's a pain in the dick.
but if you offer that up, like, look, I'll be the loop sorter. That's what I'll do.
Find someone that you actually, that trusts you and
Yeah.
that you trust, friends and things of that nature. But it's doable,
So we trying to
and
cultivate right now a loot picker.
yeah, I would love. I think, dude, hold up. I
Shit,
think I
what am I
might know
doing?
someone. Oh, I think I might know someone who would do it. I'll ask him later.
Like, if we can get
Uh,
that's a body, an additional body in this mix
is
will
more rarity.
ups our rarity. You know what I mean? Like, we don't have Mio has no issues with damage, so we're not gonna feel that at all. But
We might if we do go to like 6,
oh
we
fuck,
might.
oh fuck, don't die, oh fuck. Okay,
Don't
just
die.
calm down, calm down,
Hurry up.
calm down,
Just go.
calm down. Oh gosh. This is the problem with these niche characters, man. I
I had to deal with that last one.
you ran away from me. I became
I started
oh
following me again. I'm
shit.
sorry.
Um, Mew's gonna be all right, bro. I need you. Um, I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. Got traumatized for a second.
Trauma.
What the fuck was we talking about? I completely lost my train of thought.
More jobs, trying to get another person, fourth
Oh
person.
yeah, the XP and the picker upper. Yeah, like another body, man. Just, but you need to. One thing I do know, one thing that I will say to anyone that's listening to this and saying, "Man, I want to fucking do party, but I want to do fucking party play." You gotta be open to playing with other people. Like, you gotta come out your shell.
Exactly.
Like,
You also kind of gotta deal with the fact that not you guys won't always agree on shit,
yeah,
but
yeah,
it's just allowing just the thought process, like the group has to take priority, and
yeah.
it's like sometimes you have to admit when you're wrong and just like fucking go on with it and just be like, ah,
and
yeah, all right.
and you have to, not only that, you have to, and like, figure out, do you want to be a solo player or do you want to be a group player? Because your
There
solo
are solo
character
army.
time sometimes takes a back burner.
Yeah. All right, we could just, yeah. My discipline's enough to carry you through this particular. What the fuck?
And
We just went.
sometimes a lot of people don't understand that aspect of it, like, where it's like they want to do both, and it's just like you typically the first 2 weeks is what we dedicate to solo play,
Yeah,
and
I get bored of
that's
playing myself.
inherent. Like, we never talked about that. Wait, what the fuck? How do you made it up there? Oh wait, I was hoping. We never talked about that. We never discussed it. We never said that's how we doing. It just happened that way naturally. And I think that's because most of us, our wavelength are the same when it comes to how far we get into the game, how long does it take us, and when do we start to, like, peak at our individual characters.
Yep.
And
start
that's
being
usually
like,
that
oh,
2 week. I mean, shit. Mew peaks at the fucking 4th day.
he is a fucking blaster, of which I have met very few others.
Astronomical proportions.
Like this dude, his knowledge is just up there, and it sometimes irks me. I'm not gonna lie, it irks me how much fucking game knowledge this asshole has. Cause it's just like fuck, you know about that too. Stop blowing up all my
Well,
ideas.
I
I fucking
always
know.
get entertained by the fact that he can hold his own conversations when it comes to theory crafting. Like
Oh
he'll,
yeah.
it's almost like Einstein having an argument with himself. And you're just sitting there like the buffoon of like, I'm sorry, am I including this conversation? Because it
It's
just
like I
seemed
have
like
no
it.
idea what the fuck you're talking about. I've told him that a lot. I just feel like I'm just gonna defer to whatever the fuck you say because I have no idea what you just said. You lost me.
And
He just
he
too good.
legitimately has at least double our game hours. Like
Dude, I think
probably
he half cheats.
he half
He
cheats.
just leaves he just leaves his shit on, bro.
I
You ever
think he
notice that?
just passes out on his computer.
He might, but he leaves his shit on, bro. Like the other day I was
Oh,
looking
so
at
he's
his
fluffing
like
his numbers, huh? He's fluffing.
right. Because the other day I looked at his what's it called? It said that he was on for 4 days straight. And I know for a fact he was not on 4 days straight. He just goes AFK.
He just doesn't want to miss out on anything, bro.
I guess I don't know. Padding them fucking numbers, bro.
See, that's why
Mine are at least
that's why
all
we don't
hours I
that's
pay
why we don't
attention.
make it, bro. Because we think it's hard.
Because I don't fucking leave my system running all night out of fear. Yeah,
You don't
fair.
want to miss out, bro. He's just like, nah, bro.
I need to know what everything has been said.
Ow, ow,
Uh,
ow, ow.
I just need to. I can't go. It's
Okay,
not
I'll wait for
letting
you.
me.
I'll wait for you. Moral support.
I just got stuck. Like it just wouldn't let me go anywhere.
Um, but yeah, like he's legit as far as what he is. But I think what makes it work is that how do I say this? He's obviously the outsider in our team. Like he came on board well after we were trying to do it, and it just so happened that he had more of the knowledge that filled in the gap of what we wanted to do. So
Believe
it
it or
helped
not,
us.
I looked up when I met Miyu because you can see when you added somebody or what character you added somebody on.
Oh, really?
I added this dude like my second league. I've known Miyu for quite a while.
But this was way, even adding him that long was not even in your infancy as far as thinking
Right,
about
right.
like party
Yeah,
play
yeah.
and all this other
It's
stuff.
not like I didn't know that he would be interested in doing this, but I
Right.
always noticed that he was there to help me, like, if I needed a carry. Just like, hey, man, do you mind helping me? Or if I ever have, like, a random question, I would
Right.
ask him, and he would always have a fucking answer. And then one day I was just like, hey, man, like, you should party play with us. And he was just like, okay. And then he
And
does it every week. It's fun.
one thing I'll say once and to that important point is that you never know who's looking for a group.
So true.
Like sometimes people, it's one of those things where it's like people come online and they just start blasting maps, and it's almost like tunnel vision in a sense, where it's like you don't even realize that you've been blasting maps for 4 hours by yourself. And sometimes all it takes is you a simple question, hey bro, you want to partner up? I'm thinking of running an R-bot.
Just be like, boom.
And the worst thing they can say is no, I'm good.
Just be like, nah, I'm doing this. Or yeah. It's
That's the
just
worst that can happen.
well,
And in
I
that
don't
case,
know,
you say
dude.
cool.
Have you been seeing those videos on the worst you can say is nose?
Wait, what?
There's like a weird video trend. I don't know if it's going around, but I've picked up on it where it's just like these dudes that are like, oh, you know what, man, just ask her out. All the worst you can say is no, and then it goes on into all the things that are worse than fucking no that they could say. Like it's just yeah, it's stupid. I'll show you a video later. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the segue. I'm fucking broken now.
Yeah, no, do I have an offering? Yes, I do. Sorry, got a little distracted here.
It's all good.
The it's before you came to play. I was playing Path a very long time by myself, and I really didn't want to ask anyone to play. I didn't want to ask anyone. I
That's kind
just
of weird.
I just came, I played. Every now and then I would like join public and like someone was asking for help and I would just like help them and we'll have a conversation for a little bit and that's it. Like sometimes I add them, sometimes I ask to add me, but that's it. Next league, I don't even remember them being on my friends list. I have 30 people on my friends list. I don't know who any of them are because I've met them in previous leagues once, helped them out, or they helped me out, and that's it.
You ever thought about, just saying what's up to them?
No, I think it's my like introvertedness like really messing with me when it comes to that. Because when I play my video games, I'm introverted in the sense that I do this for a living. Like I'm extroverted for a living, if that makes any possible like any sense. So I'm always outside. I'm always have to talk to people. I have to do presentations. I'm doing 3 panel discussions this upcoming week where I'm talking in front of like 150 people, give or take.
God damn this wall.
Wait the fuck, we just go around in a circle? God damn it.
Yeah. Because of the labyrinth trove.
God, motherfucker, stop stabbing me.
Wait the wall.
The yeah, so so for my employment, I do this like I'm extroverted. I have to be extroverted. So I make my money. So when I come home, I'm just want to fucking sit down, just like fuck it, just forget about my worries basically. So I tend not to want to be extroverted. So it wasn't until, which is why I let you do your thing, because I know you pick up that slack from me. Well, I'm like, you meet the people, you do that shit. I'm just gonna say it like anything. Yes, let's do it. Yes, need money here, take it. Let's do it. It's just easier for me. It's just easier for me. I get to turn off my brain, literally.
It makes sense.
But so I do and I appreciate you immensely for that. You don't want to be. Wait, what? Stop.
Yeah. It's just it's the thing.
Oh, the key.
Yeah.
And you brought that. I think without you we wouldn't be able to be where we're at as far as party play because it wasn't gonna come from me.
I just remember seeing, I can't remember, Empyrean, seeing just one of those videos of him just going and, just dropping like 2 or 3 apothecaries in a fucking single map. And it's just like, I want money.
Yeah, you had that drive. You had that hunger. Like, yo, what? Why the fuck are we not doing this? I'm sitting there like, no, you're right. I don't know why we're not doing it. What are we doing wrong?
Yeah, let's go. Like, I didn't realize this was a thing.
And like, every step of the way, I'm just like, yeah, sure, I don't know, whatever. Just, I don't know.
Like, we fucking made it work. And now we're at the point where I'm pretty sure at every league point, dude, I can't see us being poor.
I ironically, I don't either. I went from having 10, 12, I don't even remember how many goddamn leagues, but like where I barely made the equivalent of 1 div.
Yeah.
Like to now, don't get me wrong, I was pissed the fuck off this thing. It took me 4 days to drop a goddamn raw div. Don't get me wrong, I was mad as hell. And it was the chump change you kept throwing at me, which kept my like hope alive. But I was mad because I'm like, yo, for real, like nothing, like day 4, like 8 hours, 9, 10 hours, 12 hours, and nothing. I'm sitting to myself like, yo, that's bullshit. And finally, when I dropped it, I made it into a short and I posted it. We got like 1,000 something views on it. But I was super ecstatic. I was like, yes, but even despite that, I was still did not feel, I guess, poor. I didn't feel like
we were super struggling.
Yeah, and even despite the fact that I've spent 20 divs on this field as built. Um. So even then, how many people got the opportunity to say that? Right. Oh,
Like you did get at least 20 div, you know,
yeah.
like
Like I've spent 20 divs on a failed build, and I still have leftover. I've like with what Miu loaned me and um the few of the scraps that I had and sold, I still had like 4 divs, and then he gave me another 5. So again, I what the beauty of group play is that it becomes a collected effort.
the well the thing is the weakest part of the team is the weakest person that we have, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So
that's a good
it's
way to
one
word
of
it.
those
Yeah,
where it's like, dude, we want to make sure that we're all strong. Here, buy the weapon, pay me back later. I know we're gonna get the drops. It's no longer a worry about like, oh my god, dude, like this is the only 15 chaos we're gonna get. Like, so no, man, I'm splitting this 7C, 8C. Like,
yeah, yeah.
like this is more of just like,
Well,
just throw
it's
it in there, sell it when
one
we get
person
to
can
it.
have shitty luck, but not
So true.
3 people.
Yeah.
Three, and then the more people you add to that mix, the less likely all of you are gonna have shitty luck.
And it's like, even if it is just like, you know,
Oh
until you
fuck!
go
What
and start
bad day?
getting like good money, like you're getting, you know, your 15 ADC from me every now and
Yeah,
again.
yeah. No,
Like,
and that's the thing where it's like you mapping together, you get a drop, and okay, that drop is worth 100 chaos. Each get 20, 30 chaos each. That 30 chaos though sometimes will help the shit out of a build.
mhm.
You know what I mean? It fluffs your defenses here and there, helps you, whatever. Buy you a new weapon, blah 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 blah. You know the mix. But
Yeah.
it it
And
allows
especially
you.
as the league goes
Shit, I
on,
went the wrong way.
oh, especially as the league goes on, dude, you could get some really good shit for not that much.
Yeah,
Definitely upgrades.
yeah. And as long as it's four or a few of you guys playing collectively, not all of you are going to have bad luck. One of you are going to break through. One of you is going to make some guap. And as long as the goal is to have party play, that one guy's going to be like, yo, here's a div, here's a div, here's a div. Let's do this.
Or you'll be like me, die, get really angry, and then give you like 2 div and like 100C.
I still owe you for that. I took a
I never
screenshot.
wanted to.
I took a
I never
screenshot of how
wanted it
much it
back.
was. I was like,
Did you really?
yeah, I did. I was like, because I was confused. I was like, what the fuck just happened? And I was like, let me just take a screenshot of this because I don't trust myself not to spend this. Um, and I actually didn't spend it. I didn't actually spend it. I still have it
Wow. I fucking love you, bro.
because I spent. I think I spent. All right. Maybe I'm being an asshole. I think I spent some of it.
Fair.
Um, yeah, I definitely think. I think I spent some of it. But the bulk of it, I didn't spend because I didn't really need it. But I took a screenshot. I was like, I got it. It did feel like a rage quit though. It felt to me like a rage quit. I'm saying to myself, it's way too early for him to rage quit.
Yeah. I was just rage quitting the moment, but didn't want to stop you from like maybe getting some upgrades or
I chopped it up.
something.
I just chopped it up to like, I don't think he got weed. I think he's missing some weed or some shit. Like one of those situations where it's like you just uh ran out of a specific strain and you're just extra frustrated that day. So it's just like, all right, wow, this. Wait, quantity is better than rarity, right?
For what?
For just magic finding.
I think you need both.
Hmm. That's a ring that gives you almost 80% rarity.
Which one?
And various gold ring.
I think
It's probably
I
shred.
think
It's probably not better
I
than
think
vendors,
quant
but
I think quant is more important than rarity.
yeah, because you get
And
more of
ventures,
shit. Yeah.
but I think because ventures gives both, I think that's why.
Mm. I don't know shit about magic fund. That's my first one. Vendors Gamba is much better. Got it. Yes, sir. I believe you, ma'am. I mean, sir.
Yeah, and he didn't make it, but he basically theory crafted my last magic find. Dude knows how to fucking do it.
I mean, yeah,
Fuck.
that's yeah. Has literally he has enabled all our selfish desires.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Where it's
As a matter of
like,
fact, what was it? Yesterday, I got on frustrated as fuck from not being able to do some shit. He got on, is like, "Hey guys," and I was just like, "Miyu, help me!" Like,
Daddy, it don't work.
it's like I don't know what to do.
It doesn't work as a boo boo.
And he did. He takes the POV,
Fucking
looks
take
at
some
it, makes
tape.
some
He puts some
suggestions.
tape on there, like it's all good now. Put this bubble
It's
gum.
like super glue. It's like these are bad days. Some super glue. You're
It
good.
fucking works.
It works. It's just like,
Oh
and
man,
now
that's
I'm like at a
beautiful.
point where I'm like, okay, I know where I can make it better from here, but now it at least fucking works. Although I was going, I wanted to try a build that I found that was a guardian, and it looked interesting because I was going to be able to basically get almost all of my damage auras, all defensive auras, and I was going to be able to cast haste.
Hmm.
And it would have been, and it's like later I could have set it up to where my guardian would cast another aura. So it was just like it was just super cool. And I was just like, oh, I kind of want to try that. But then Mia was like, not do this. I was
Well,
like, okay.
ironically, that and it's funny that Mew said this, but Mew made me the aura bot and curse bot. I mean, I'm sorry. He made me the magic find and curse bot. He made me like I do like 4-5 curses.
Right. Because you might as fucking well.
I'm
Like you're not, you don't have
just
the like,
I'm thinking to
yeah.
myself like I'm not supposed to do any damage. Like what is going on? What is my purpose here? I'm just like carrying a bunch of like uh empty stats. Well, not empty, right? They're the quantum and rarity stats. And then other than that, it's just like random curse enemies with this, curse enemies with that, and curse enemies when you hit, and do additional curses. Like it's just I can. The dude knows. The dude knows his shit. Knows his
He
shit.
knows his shit,
And I
bro.
think
Like
the built-in advantage is not that he knows an extreme amount of shit, which is true. And I think that makes it the burden less on us. Is that well? That's the actual point I'm trying to make. Is that we don't have to fucking try harder.
yeah, he in a lot of ways is our carry. Like there's so much shit for this that I would have been stuck on for days trying to figure out if it
Mm-hmm.
weren't for me.
Yeah.
Like the dude just really accelerates
Fast we get into this
how yeah.
these and like I want to be clear about this. It's not financial. Although that
Some of
does
it
help
is.
sometimes when you got an extra div floating around. This dude spent on this build he spent hundreds of divs so far.
Oh yeah.
Like hundreds. So I think he gave us how much has he given you? Like the
He's
five divs?
he's only given me 5 divs, but he's also given me 3 items that are pretty fucking crazy.
Well, he makes these things.
Made it,
He'll go
yeah.
like just fuck off for like an hour and just start crafting shit and then like, oh, I can't use this shit. And he'll go, hey, does anyone need this? And it's some fucking like 30 div fucking item. Especially
It's
like
just
day
like
2 of the fucking league.
I went to sleep, I got back on, and he gave me these. Like, okay.
Yeah, you never say no. You never my
Right.
turn.
And
Whatever he's giving you, do not say no.
he also oh wow, it says that you're not online. That's weird.
Me?
Yeah, I just tried to link these.
I know.
There you go.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
Let me show the
It's,
stuff. So if you listen to this, just turn your video on so you can see what's going on. Which by the way, I found out that's actually pretty cool when it comes to Spotify. What not like Spotify does simultaneous video and audio. So if you're
that's cool.
listening to this, you want to see what's going on, I'm showing the video right now. And I turn it off only because it saves on
Like data.
the data to upload an hour worth of video to Spotify. It takes hours. So I usually turn off and turn on based on that.
Okay.
So you got this what, day 1, day 2?
Oh no, this is for my aura.
Uh
So I went to sleep one day because I was telling him, I was like,
Look at that
I
fucking
wa-
+2 aura, AoE, energy 30% energy shield, chaos resist, lightning resist, increase. Bro, that's crazy.
yeah, dude. He makes these insane fucking items for me, and like I have to be honest, like
Energy
this is
shield, mana
definitely monetary
reservation,
value. Yeah,
increase energy shield, and it's good bases too.
good bases.
Mana
Like,
reservation efficiency, maximum
yeah,
lightning resist.
got that shit. He got that shit on a hat, bro. I didn't even know that shit could roll on a hat, man. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Saved me a fucking an amulet slot. Thanks. Now I can run a free aura.
Yeah, and that's the game of Orbots, right? But yeah, this, it's not just the financial piece that we like. I want to make that clear. It's not that somehow he just bankrolls everything, which it's not the case. He doesn't bankroll us at all, but it's the knowledge,
Yeah, that's the most important part, at
the
least,
fucking knowledge. Just like,
because
bro,
he does help. Like, because figure we both made first characters, and then my first character basically funded probably 3/4 of this build because
I didn't spend shit on
probably,
this character. This character didn't fucking cost anything other than random shit that Mew had laying around.
but that's also because you don't need really anything.
Yeah.
Like,
I think the vendors was like 5 chaos. He did spend
yeah,
2 divs on the embrace, but I think we got it started with a foiling, so it wasn't even super required.
right.
But he
As a matter
has
of
some of
fact,
the stuff
yeah,
it just laying around. It was like, oh, because again, he's just playing, he's picking shit up, and he's like, oh, this is good Magic Find shit. Let me put this on the Magic Find tab, and he's doing this because he's thinking he's playing chess basically.
yeah.
He's thinking 2 or 3 steps ahead because he knows that, oh, we may want to do party play, maybe or I may want to roll up a Magic Find character or whatever.
Or just the fact that a lot of these items are, when they're specialized like this, are expensive.
Yeah.
And he may want to see it. He sees it. And he's like, yeah, I'm gonna sell this.
Yeah.
Like, he was making ROG. I think he was telling me that his ROG craft,
Rock,
like
yeah.
day 3, dude, was insane. Like 60 divs or some
Yeah,
shit
yeah.
by day.
Yeah. Yeah. That's how he make most of his money.
My thing is, like, where do people get fucking 10 div to buy a crazy ROG craft day 2? Like, what the fuck?
Streamers,
Like,
bro. I mean, I'm not saying that they have infinite pools of money, but like if you're playing 16 hours, you're already in maps, bro. Like you way into maps. If you play 16 hours straight from launch, come on.
yeah,
You've seen them. We're in Act 3 and you see people already in
level
maps.
60. Level 60. Like, what
Yeah.
the fuck?
Yeah,
Like, yeah. When I think I was like level 15, and we saw a dude hit level 48 while we're in, what
fucking
was it?
killing fucking
Not Mervale. We weren't at Mervale yet.
no. It was just,
Yeah, it was on the way to Mervale. Like,
yeah. Like,
it's just like, wait, what? Like,
I'm not
how?
assigning this to specifically just streamers because obviously there's a lot of people who are just as good
Just
and don't stream.
blasters. Yeah, just blasters.
But
People
just
who
yeah,
power
just
game the fuck out of the game.
yeah, those guys are the ones that have this kind of money and they're looking for every possible edge. And oftentimes they don't have, because of the speed that they're going in, they don't have the option to stop in Broadcraft.
Yeah, burn 50 failed crafts to make 1 giga thing.
Yeah.
And you're
So
like,
sometimes
okay,
it's just
cool.
easier for them to look into trade and see what someone has and be like, oh, I'll pick that shit up. Boop, boop.
Shit, even me, bro. If I'm so bad at crafting, I always spend more money than I need to when I try to craft. I just buy it. I just buy the shit.
I legitimately set out this league to craft my own Necro helmet. I said to myself, I want to do this for just the achievement of doing it. I spent like 8 divs just crafting it. And I failed every single time and I almost broke my heart. And then I looked over it and stupid trade and someone's selling it for 8. I'm saying to myself like, and I literally had all I had was 8 at that moment. I had 8 divs left. So I'm
Yeah,
saying to myself like, bro,
just buy
bro. And I asked
it.
Mio, what should I do? He was like, just buy it, bro. I was like, I fuck it, buy it. Boom. Um, and yeah, bro, it's like I still have the helmet. I still have some of the crafting equipment. I'm just saying to myself like, um, should I put it in goddamn global? But yeah, it's I may finish it. I may not finish it, but it is frustrating sometimes. And like just to wanting to do something, but you just don't have the RNG on your side,
Yeah,
and
you
and
know,
hitting
it
yourself up against that brick wall can hurt.
that shit happens, bro. It's ruthless, but it feels good when you get it working, even if it does cost more than it needs to.
Don't get me wrong. I was my finger was always ready at the record button the moment I was successful because I was gonna post that shit out there. I'm like, yeah, I got that shit, but never fucking came. I was like, God damn it, just
There's always next league, or as a matter of fact, you might just end up crafting something for your next build that's giga crazy.
yeah.
You
Disclaimer.
know,
I don't know what the fuck was going on in this league, but no one's delving. What the fuck?
is it true?
I don't know. No one's fucking delving. You look up resonators, it's like 2 people.
No way.
Bro,
That's crazy.
I was buying resonators, 2 people selling it at like 80 fucking chaos a pop.
Damn.
Like 200% more of the price. It was only I don't know, maybe there are more people delving, but they're not really like selling this stuff. But fossils, plenty of people selling fossils, but resonators, only 2 or 3 people.
That's crazy.
And I checked in the morning, I checked in the evening, because it's a different crowd, different time zone and everything. And no one. It was always the same 2 people. I don't know what the hell's going on. I haven't checked in a couple of days if that has changed, but man, when it comes
Well,
to trying to craft
Delve
stuff
is
with
hard.
resonator, man, that's hard, man. If no one's delving, we need more delvers.
Delve is hard, bro.
I know it's
Delve
such
is
a very
really hard.
unique. I wish they would.
Did I show you that video? The
What?
Delve video about the fact that the only place in the game where shit is above the HP cap is a Delve.
Shit is above the HP cap. I'm confused about that statement.
I the
What does that
math
mean?
so there's a normal natural HP cap for bosses and shit.
Okay.
But for some reason, because Delve is almost infinitely scaling, there's like a different HP cap down there or some shit. It's like I might have even misunderstood what the dude was saying because it was a whole bunch of fucking numbers. But there's a different number down there, and the hardest content is in Delve.
Well, I mean, if it infinite scales, right? Just keep going
I
down.
just going down, but it's just crazy, dude. I was watching a dude that was at, I think he was like depth 5400, and he was explaining all this shit, and he's just like, yeah, I do. I think he was like, I have 100 billion damage build, and it does this in this time, and this in this time, and he was explaining basically like just like how much
Check out
HP
the
the things
video.
are going based on his damage. It was just nutty.
Um, I think I probably will record again for the party play so we can show off some of the party play. This is now going on an hour and a half, and I don't want to put up. I don't want to also
Go
add the
over
party
so long.
play. So we'll post that in another video for Friday, guys. That'll be a pretty good one too.
All right,
Um,
for sure. Buttons, people. We spoke
buttons
for a half an hour without
for
telling
the.
you.
I just want to shout out for the last couple of people who press buttons. Thank you for
We
listening.
love you.
Thank you.
We love you for
I think it's
buttons.
been working. And we say buttons in the beginning, but we always
I
forget. And we say it to the last. I mean, an hour and a half in.
I feel like again, it's because I hate
You want to be a
asking
whore?
people to press button. I don't want people to press buttons before they know whether they like my content, our content.
That's true.
I don't ever because you ever watch a video and the first like and subscribe. I'm not that. Get the fuck out of here.
Click
Like
the bell. Click the bell.
if you're somehow still listening to us at this point, I don't see a reason why you wouldn't press the button to get more
For
of
real.
us.
I mean, it helps
You
us
know what I
out.
mean?
It keeps us motivated, keeps us understanding. Like, hey, listen, it keeps my wife at bay. Like, seriously, I tell my wife, like, I got 30 subscribers. All right, I need to go record. She's like, whatever, just hurry up. Like the moment that number ever hits 0, I have 0 excuse to come back here and be like, dude, what I'm doing. All right, like you guys
Well,
are literally saving me and allowing me to keep playing. So thank
to
you.
be honest, I would want to do something like this any fucking way just because I find it fun. I enjoy talking to the invisible, probably non-existent audience. Hey, Russian bots, but
Hey man, right now I love watching the analytics and be like, bro, we got 1,000 downloads, bro. Oh, we got 1,000 downloads.
it is awesome. It does make me happy thinking that there's that many fucking people that have heard us talk and are just like, yeah, okay. Like,
Kind of scary though, in the
care?
sense of like, why are you listening to?
Well,
No, but no, we try our best, man. We just want
nah,
you.
it's like it's like being in party play with us or in Discord with us and just as we're just talking
Are we
shit.
supposed to? Oh no. I'm
No,
like,
no, no.
what is this? I literally thought that like this is a map that we were supposed to go in and we just like fucking off on the side.
No, he's in
Um,
his hideout.
okay. Um. Anyway, guys, press the buttons.
No,
Uh,
thank you.
hope you guys are having a wonderful league unlike me. Um, again, new check our website. It's going to be in the description below. We have 2 new custom loop filters made by myself. Just basically different requests and different ideas I got, and I made them for this league. They're in there on our webpage. Download them and put them. See what you like. One of them is Trimaster, and the other one was actually a friend who requested one for 50 Cent audio. Again, if you like, you're a fan of 50 Cent, there you go. You got one there.
Everybody
Um,
should be a fan of 50 Cent.
maybe a country fan. I don't know.
That doesn't mean that you shouldn't be.
That's a good question to add for this
Small
episode.
segue.
What kind
I have
of
I have a love for Johnny Cash, even though I mainly like rap and like trap kind of
Johnny
beats.
Cash is pretty cool, man.
Right, but just because I listen to one thing doesn't mean I can't have a love and appreciation for another thing.
That's true, but
Like,
you
but
know,
everybody should have an appreciation for 50 Cent. Like, I'm if you don't know why, just go listen to a couple of his old bangers.
go,
Just give
go,
it a moment.
go, shorty. It's your birthday. Literally
There's
changed
so
the entire birthday song, bro. Come on, bro. Not a lot
straight
of people
up,
can do
man.
that. But yeah,
Broke.
check those out. If you do have a request and you wanted me to work on it, I may do it for next league. Drop it into the comment section. Drop it into the QA. And I may work on it. I'm always looking for ideas and requests. I may or may not do it. I don't know. Depends on if I like it or not. It does take a little bit of work. But thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for listening in.
Have a good night, everybody.
All right. Peace out.
Get out of the portal.
What do I do? Oh, shit. He confused me. All right. Let's go.